All right, gents. Very lucky. We've got Mr. Sandhu Amanjit on the Zoom. He's very kindly given up his time to tell everyone the result he got. He's just come to the end of his 12 weeks on the fat loss code. Amanjit, how did you get on, my man?
Yeah, really good, Gav. Thank you. I think as I've felt a bit skeptical coming into such a program, really found a lot of benefit from reading the posts on LinkedIn and thinking, is this going to work? What's going to happen? But yeah, it took a leap of faith. We got in touch. We had a really good conversation. It was a very straightforward approach, and the results paid for themselves, right? So I started off at 95 kilos. My goal was to get to 80 in 12 weeks. Felt that was pretty aggressive and didn't get too far off. I got to 82.5. But for me, it wasn't just the weight, right? It's just a completely different way of life now.
Awesome. So I think, and was it in pounds? We always like to go with pounds. Was it 26 pounds off the top of my head?
I think so, yeah, roughly. I could check the number, but yeah, it was
Yeah,
probably a
I
bit.
mean, we set an aggressive goal of 15 kilos, just over 30 pounds, but 26 pounds is amazing, mate. So I know, you've tried. Well, first of all, tell me, what was the sort of the reasons for, wanting to shift the weight? Because I know there's a couple of triggers that sort of set
Yeah.
you off, said, right, this is the time. Tell everyone how you were feeling then, and what was the thought behind the thought process behind doing something.
Yeah, so I think it was two really. One was the consciously not being able to have a conversation with people about exercise, right? I'm around some of my good friends, they work out a lot, and I always felt that was one bit of conversation. I'm like, I don't really have anything to say, right? But I also knew that was a bad thing, right? And then secondly was just how I started to look at myself physically, going on a holiday, looking in the mirror, how clothes felt. So I thought, I can definitely do something about these two things, right? But I always felt I couldn't, right? With having young kids and trying to fit in the gym and all of that, I just didn't think it was possible. So I think they were the two main trigger points: the conversation, the getting into my 40s, and then also how I looked in the mirror.
Awesome. And look, 26 pounds on the scale is one thing, but as you know, that's not really the goal. The number's largely irrelevant. Tell me the differences between how you were looking and feeling then to how you look and feel now.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, I've just checked the numbers, and it was just shy of £32, 31.6.
Sorry, yeah, it was a bit heavy.
14,
31, yeah.
yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think so. The weight is one thing, right? The feeling of putting on old clothes is a great feeling, right? And there's stuff in my wardrobe which I'm thinking I've not worn them for 10 years, right? And I'm now pulling them out, and luckily they're still in fashion and they fit. So that was one thing. I think the second thing is just feeling a whole lot better, right? Looking in the mirror, looking better, feeling better, going to the gym and seeing myself progressively push a bit more weight, right? That's a really positive thing. And then I think the thing you don't see in the mirror is probably what's going on inside, right? Just knowing now what I'm eating versus what I used to eat and thinking, oh my God, that I really enjoyed that food and I'm really enjoying my food now, but definitely that food wasn't as good as what I'm eating today.
Yeah.
So I think they're the few things.
It's amazing to see. But what was the thing that made this work? Because I know that many people have tried different things before, and you know that we keep it very, very simple in this
Yeah,
group because it is
yeah,
really simple. But what
right.
was it that stood out? What made you think, I can actually stick to this and make this work?
Um, for me, it was the fact it was the message of you can eat what you want, right? Was really, really encouraging. But the thing that really worked was the accountability, right? I think it was the training that's provided, the video material, which you go through every week, the WhatsApp group and all the guys that you work with, right? In that group, which is amazing. The live event was fantastic. I think the accountability, the having to show up, having to say I'm going to do it and then doing it, right? I never wanted to turn up and say I didn't want to do it, right? So for me, they're the main things. They are absolutely the main things, and it just it becomes natural after a while, right? These are my macros. I know how to achieve them. I know there's no set diet plan. It's you do what you want, but you just got to be adult about how you achieve those targets. Down to you.
No, awesome, awesome. Last couple of questions. I know you're a busy man. For the guys that are watching this, I speak to quite a few people every week. Some will join the program, some won't, for whatever reason. What would be the thing that would tip someone was 50-50? Should I do this? Should I not? What piece of advice would you give to them to make them make the right decision, if you will?
You've got more to lose by not doing it, right, versus doing it. It's as simple as that, right? Forget all the hype, forget all the nonsense that's going on. Um, this isn't rocket science, as I've learned. But you need people like Gav, you need people like the team to help you on that journey. And I can promise anyone that goes through it, you stick to it, stick to the goals, you'll get to the end, and it will just carry on as normal. I can attest to that.
Look at that. You heard it, guys. Last question, my man. Would you say it's been a good investment on your part?
Yeah, 100%, no questions asked.
Fantastic. Guys, it all starts with a 15-minute call. That's what we had a few months back. Me and Amanjit had a 15-minute call. And here's the funny thing. On that call, I will actually tell you the exact method that we would use over the next 90 days. You won't believe it's that simple, but if you actually followed what I told you in that first call, we probably wouldn't need the coaching. Fortunately for me, people don't believe it and won't follow it anyway. But it starts with a 15-minute call. Go to gavgillibrand.com. You can find all the details there, or contact me on LinkedIn. That's probably my best platform. Drop me a message. We'll have a conversation and we'll get you the type of results. So over £30 in 90 days. Amanjit, thanks for being an amazing client. We shall see
Thank
you
you.
soon. Thanks and all the best.
Cheers.